Chapter 3. The Reality of the Law. The rather undefined law of human nature gets a bit more nuanced as Lewis tries to backstep and say that while the law of human nature is like gravity and mathematics and all that, it's not. It describes what folks ought to do, not what they actually do. This severely undermines what he just did in the previous chapter when he tried to show that the law of human nature is not just a convention, it's a fact. Now it's not a fact, it's just a preference. It's almost a convention now. He goes further in chapter 4 where he says that if we were being observed by aliens, they couldn't possibly come to the conclusion that we have this moral law because no one adheres to it. It'd be much better if he named this phenomena the standard of human behavior rather than the law of human nature, because what he describes looks nothing like a law. He just wants the power that comes with the word law without meeting any of its criteria. The whole chapter looks like a setup for a word game wherein he passes off objective morality as law without justifying it, and indeed undermining it. The chapter is short, the word game isn't great, and the examples he gives don't really establish the reality of the law. His points are basically summed up as, people ought to behave in certain ways, but when they don't, folks get mad. His entire argument is, the law of human nature is real, and deep down we all know it. William Lane Craig tries this exact same approach when he tries to argue for objective morality. That's right, when arguing for objective morality, which is what Lewis is doing here, even if he doesn't call it that, both Lewis and Craig depend on subjective intuition, and nothing else. Problems arise in saying we all know it, or that we all have the same morality system. What happens when we ask a psychopath or a sociopath for that matter? You see, I can see where Lewis is coming from, sure. I can see how he got there, but where he's going with this is worrisome.